Welcome to my channel, Comic Book Noise, where we talk about my comic book company, Digital Noise, where we explain the characters and the storylines of the Digital Noise universe, and as well as the issues surrounding it. Today, I'm going to talk about something very controversial in the comic book industry now, and that issue is, does AI have any place in the comic book industry? Well, this is an issue that's been talked about recently, and it has so many different sides to it, and as well as there's so many people protesting it, so many people are for it, some people are afraid of it, and some people are thriving in it. And the new generation of AI is very extreme, and I want to base my opinion on it, and this is what this video is about and what I think about where AI is headed in the comic book universe or in the industry. But first, let's roll back to see what AI is and how it started and how it progressed. In 1955, a mathematics professor by the name of John McCarthy, he created the term AI intelligence, and he was a professor at, I think it was called Dartmouth University, and he created the term AI, which is artificial intelligence, because he wanted to do a program speaking about artificial intelligence, in which computers that thinks for themselves. And so he and his friends, Claude Shannon and Marvin Minsky, I think his name is, and they produced this idea of artificial intelligence to be the future of our world. And this was in, like I said again, in 1955. And so they started this movement of AI intelligence. And so from then on, it was just talked about and they worked on it, not them themselves, but technology and things like that was working its way towards of what they were speaking about in 1955. So now in 1993, a genius that we all know and love today, his name is Jensen Huang. He is the creator of NVIDIA. We all know what NVIDIA is. And NVIDIA, they were the first creation of 3D graphics in video games. And I remember the first couple of video games, when I saw this video game, it was beyond Pac-Man and all that other stuff, and it was like more 3D graphic and Street Fighter 3D type of thing, and it was pretty amazing to see the progression of that from then. It was pretty amazing to see the graphics, and I didn't know it was called NVIDIA then because I was too young to know what companies made what during that time. And so he progressed the first GPU, and the first GPU that he created is the GeForce 256. And it was the first ever GPU, and GPU stands for Graphic Processing User. It was the first one that could create 3D graphics in a computer chip, from a computer chip, and that was well-rounded, sophisticated, and things like that. So he's the creator of that. And so now, as we have of today, AI is a major movement in technology today of where it is today. And now that's why you have OpenAI, that's why you have Artlist and ChatGPT, because of the NVIDIA company and Jensen. And so now today, it's like the number one commodity to have in technology in the world today. It's a fear of it as well in our society, because different sects of jobs will be lost to AI because of the function it has. So you won't need any human manual labor on those jobs. And so it'll affect the art industry, it'll affect even the labor industry, it'll affect the financial industry as well. So the comic book industry is nothing to ignore at all of that as well, because the comic book industry, there are so many people protesting AI within the comic book industry as we know of today. Even Jim Lee, and he's the president, I think, right now of DC. And Jim Lee, we all know and love Jim Lee. He was like the world famous X-Men artist back in the 90s, and he blew up to a sensation, and he's an amazing artist, and now I think he's the vice president or president of DC Comics right now. And so he forbade, as long as he's over-governing DC, he will not allow AI to be allowed in any of their projects as well. So also, artists and creatives that are in the comic book industry, they hate it as well. They don't want AI at all. They forbid it at all. Like if you go on different platforms that are comic book related, and if you post something up or someone posts something up as an AI image or AI movie or anything like that, they would say no AI. Well, you're not a real artist. You're not a true artist of your talent if you post anything up or create anything up from AI. And I totally get that. I totally understand that, because I'm an artist myself. And I work for Marvel, I work for DC, I work for different companies, I worked in the fashion industry as an artist. So I get the sentiment of that. But I also love technology, and I also acknowledge technology is a way to push society forward. And one of those things that are forward is artistry. Art is also technology that is developed as well as society develops. And so the way I see it is AI is a tool for me. My personal opinion is that AI can enhance your artistry if you use it in a certain way. And the way I use AI, because I'm learning it myself as I go along, because I love using new tools to express my artistry. And art is, again, very subjective. So art is an expression in a physical way of what you feel inside. And that's what artistry is. If you have a certain skill to bring your inner thoughts or feelings outside in a physical manifestation. So I think and I know that AI is a tool to produce that. And I know that from experience. Like if you look on my page right now, you'll see some creation of AI to further expand my ideas to the public. With technology, there's always going to be pushback on technology in some sort of way. Like I remember when Adobe was first introduced, and there was some backlash on that during that time when Adobe Suite came into play with Photoshop, Illustrator, and all the other Photoshop and Adobe softwares came out. There was a lot of pushback then of how you weren't an artist if you worked on that. It's the same kind of idea as is happening now. And this was happening back, I think, in the early 90s, late 80s. And so there was pushback during that time of the same kind of complaints of what we're having about AI now. And now, as you see with Adobe Suite and Adobe Photoshop, it's been reigning as the number one tool and lucrative tool to push art and graphic arts in a certain way and visual arts in a certain way. So the same, I think, is just a new development. It's just more of an upgrade of what Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Suite is. And so AI is another level of that, but on a higher scale. And so I think as an artist, if you're really an artist, you will find every tool that comes in your grasp to use it to express your ideas and what you think and how you think. And AI, I feel for me personally, expands my ideas more, faster, and clearer than I usually would if expressing it from an art. And sometimes I feel, and I totally feel the other side of it as well. I feel like, what's the use of me being an artist at this point? I've been an artist for like over, I guess, 40 years now. And I went to school and everything, and, you know, got scholarships through my art, talent, and things like that. And when AI came out, I had the same dread as everyone else did that are opposing AI. And I totally get it. But my inclination of loving technology kicked in, and I say use it for your own vision, how you want to express it through this tool, which is AI. And so now it's just going to take a pretty good way of a genius artistic way to kind of lead the way to see where AI is going. And also, like, I hear that Disney, of all professional art forms, Disney's like the number one here in America of professional art forms, of getting the best artists and the best everything. They just wrote a contract with AI, and I guess it's with Sora or OpenAI, and they wrote a contract with Disney. So if it's good enough for Disney, it's good enough for me as an artist to use, because best and believe Disney's going to use AI within their projects, and no one's going to say, oh, they're not artists or they're not visionaries and things like that. And entertainment itself is going to use it. So I don't think AI is going anywhere. We can protest and hate it and stuff like that, but I think now it's just a wave of the future at this point, and there's no denying it. So you might as well just learn this as a new tool and use it for your advantage, I think, as an artist. And, you know, because I know I have the ability to oil paint, watercolor, sketch art, draw by memory. I have all that going on. So I know how to draw. I have no incompetence in that arena as an artist. And so this just adds on to my skills and ability as well. So I have no qualms with AI. And yeah, I think AI is pretty great at this point in time. And as I'm using it, I'm learning it. And I'm pretty fascinated by what AI can do. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. Well, you all stay safe, be careful, and take care.